JFD, just fair and direct.
Okay, hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to JFD Traders Tea Time with me, Darius Anucauskas. Today's the 15th of June 2021. So yep, welcome everyone. Welcome to this Tuesday's afternoon session where we're going to have a very quick look at the markets, a few of the charts, the usual stuff. But before we do that, as always, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So, the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation, should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, I'll give you a few seconds to read the rest and we can continue. Okay, so now then, also just before we jump into the charts, as always, quick mentioning of our JFD YouTube channel, to which you can always subscribe to in order not to miss any of our upcoming videos, and of course our JFD Bank website and specifically our JFD research page, which we also update on a daily basis. So yes, feel free to check us out here on jfdbank.com and click on the research tab right there on the top. Now, jumping into the charts, the first one I want to pick up here is the German index DAX, and we're currently trading near the previous all-time high, just maybe slightly above it. We didn't kind of go for a higher high today. We came very close to testing it, but as you can see, the index reversed back down. So I'm still kind of keeping an eye in mind the idea that I've talked about this morning and yesterday as well, that basically if we end up drifting back below this hurdle, below this previous all-time high, near the 15,732 zone, then yes, maybe a bit of a corrective move here lower could be possible. So let's keep an eye on that one. If it stays somewhere around here, I'm kind of taking a cautiously bullish approach, because for me to consider the upside, I need to see a nice good push above the above the current all-time high near the 15,802.3 area, approximately around there. Now, Dow Jones Industrial Average. Now, so with this one here, I've talked about this previously, and basically I also mentioned that this index is currently trading between the two of its trend lines, a short-term downside resistance line taken from the high of the 10th of May, and it's trading above still this upside support line taken from the low the 30th of October. Now, yesterday the Dow Jones was the only one that from the top three that closed in the US in the red, slightly in the red, but well, let's see how today's trading action is going to go through, because so far the cash index is trading at around 34,400 levels, so basically not far from where it has ended yesterday, still above the upside line but still below the downside one. So in order to consider the next kind of short-term directional move, a breakthrough one of these lines is required. So that's why for now we're going to be let's say cautiously bullish, because we're still above this medium-term upside line, but I understand that yes, a break of this downside line is still required. Now, DXY, the dollar index, quick update. So we're trying to make ourselves higher here, make our way higher. Yep, we are clearing this, or should I say slightly, well, let me rephrase this again. We've managed to slightly push above the 60.63 territory here. Now can we see, if we can see the daily candle staying above this, then yes, that's great. We'll continue aiming higher. But at the moment, guys, I mean, it's not really looking good here for the sellers, because we are, like I said, flirting with this barrier right now, the 90.63 territory. If we clear that, then my next target is the area here not far from that 90.90 zone, not far from that 100-day EMA, and then we'll take it from there. Silver, of course, is reacting to the stronger dollar, and it is declining a little bit here. So, yep, for now, I mean, I would say that although there are indications that silver could drift lower, as I mentioned to you yesterday, I will still wait for a clear break below this highlighted area here, which is roughly between the 27.20 and 27.40 levels, because at the same time we would already be placed below the 21-day EMA, because currently that 21-day EMA is doing its job and it's acting as a good area of support. But if we clear that and then we drop through this support zone, then yeah, we could consider maybe a bit of a larger correction to the downside, because don't forget we're still trading above this upside line here, taken from the low the 18th of March of last year. Brent oil, so the oil market is pushing nicely to the upside, or should I say continuing to push higher. Looking at this picture, we can see that we're still trading above this upside line here, taken from the low the 21st of May, and yep, my next target is the 75.58 or 60 territory, that basically is marked by the highest point of 2019. So that's my next target. But again, I'll only aim for that level as long as we stay above this upside line. If we start reversing here and we break this upside line, then yep, this is where more sellers could join in, and we could maybe consider a bit of a larger correction to the downside. Now Ripple, Ripple is we're still waiting with Ripple here for a push above this downside line. Again, that's of course if Ripple will follow the path of Bitcoin. We've seen that in the past that sometimes it takes a while for some other cryptos to kind of do what Bitcoin does, and Bitcoin makes the move first, and then kind of it stalls, and then Ethereum, for example, and Ripple start playing the catch-up game, and here we're having we're still having a descending triangle pattern here, which of course according to all the TA rules tends to break to the downside, but a confirmation break below the 0.7910 territory would be needed right here. So but we're currently closer to the upper side of that formation, which is this downside line taken from the high of the 20th of May. If we clear that and we push through this 0.9750 territory right here, then we could be placed back above all of the EMAs in our daily chart, and yep, more buyers could join in. So keep that in mind for now. Like I said, let's see how this is going to play out here, but these are the two levels that I'm watching. Now USD CAD, of course, enjoying the stronger dollar, and you can see that even the oil, rising oil, doesn't really help here USD CAD to kind of drift back down, and yep, we can see that the strength of the US dollar is kind of outweighs the good performance of the of oil, and we are seeing here a nice rebound from this area. I talked about this, guys, and I said to you that keep your eyes on this 1.21 to 33 territory. If this provides good support together with the 21-day EMA, another push higher could be possible, and yep, that's what we're seeing exactly right now. My next target, to be honest, is the 1.2352 territory. That's my ideal scenario, but don't get me wrong, I mean, let's see how all this is going to play out. I mean, there are some obstacles on the way higher here, so let's be very careful with this, and yeah, let's be a bit patient, I would say. So initially, if you want, you can aim for this little hurdle, the 1.2266 zone. If that gets cleared, then yes, we can go slowly, step by step to the upside. But again, for now, I'm leaning a little bit more towards the upside, but let's go, like I said, let's go slowly on this one. If by any chance USD CAD starts reversing to the downside and breaks this little short-term upside support line taken from the low the 1st of June, then yep, lower levels could be met. Similar story here with USDCHF, and we're finally breaking this downside line. The big question here is, can we stay above it? So yes, currently we are above the downside line, above the 21-day EMA. So basically a lot of positivity here rolling into USDCHF. However, let's wait for that daily candle, because again, I don't want this one to kind of reverse back down and then the end of the day stay below the downside line and have a false breakout here. So that's why my upside scenario comes from around the 0.9030 territory right here, just to be a little bit more on the safe side. GBPUSD. So I talked about this pair as well this morning, and basically what I said to you, that to keep an eye on the upside line here, taken from the low the 12th of April, and also the downside one. So because the pair has been kind of stuck here in between these two lines, we would need to see a clear breakthrough one of those before, let's say, considering the next short-term directional move. And also we'd like to see the daily candle staying either above the downside line or below the upside one. And here for now, so far, I mean, we're getting a break of this upside line, but can we see the daily candle remaining below it? Well, that's going to be an interesting one to see, because if not, then we just got ourselves a false breakout, and we could see maybe a reversal back to the upside. But if it stays here, then yes, I will aim for that 1.40 territory, and if that gets cleared, well, I mean, lower levels here could be met, guys. Quick update on euro against the Turkish lira, and yeah, so here you can see a nice reversal here. So basically, after we tested the 10.10 zone, I said that we might see a reversal here, but to be honest, personally, I was kind of considering maybe a test of the 21-day EMA and then see if it holds. Then maybe another slide could be possible, but as you can see, we overshot that and we traveled higher, and we tested this downside line, which so far doing its job and providing good resistance. Now the question is, can it continue doing that? Can it do its job? And yeah, can it continue to provide resistance? Well, I would say that in a way everything is possible, but the only thing is that if you want to consider the upside, probably wait for a move back below the 21-day EMA, and then yes, we could maybe consider a move to the downside again. For now, I'm going to take a bit of a neutral stand on this one, and I'm just going to continue observing the price action and see what it wants to do after. If it wants to break this downside line and travel back above the 10.45, 46 territory, somewhere around here, then yes, maybe we could see, maybe we're not really done with the upside yet. So, and then of course we'll take it from there. And finally, EURUSD, so drifting back down, so good kind of result here. This is what I said this morning, that if we push higher but find resistance somewhere near the 21-day EMA, then yes, another slide could be possible, because we are still within the falling channel pattern. And if something like this happens, then yes, of course, my next target is the lower side of the falling channel, together with this 1.2052 zone, and then we'll take it from there. But at the moment, guys, I mean, yep, the bulls probably are not very happy with the situation here. Probably more bulls could be, or the bulls could start being happy, maybe somewhere on a break of this of the upper side of the falling channel, and then a push up of the 1.2161 territory here could do the trick for more buyers. But for now, it's a little bit of a bear game here on EURUSD, especially given that DXY is showing willingness to travel further north, so keep that in mind. So guys, that's it for this session. This was a very quick overview of a few instruments. Some of them we looked at this morning, so yeah, just wanted to see how everything's getting along. But yeah, I hope you found it useful. Thank you very much for joining in and watching this one till the end, and yeah, I'll see you tomorrow with my Traders Espresso, as always, 6 o'clock GMT time. Thank you very much, and bye bye.